Good morning, one and all. I hope I am audible to all of you. So, am, am I audible? Anyone?
सर आवाज कमी येतोय.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so am I audible now?
सर
Yes
आवाज
sir.
कमी येतोय थोडा.
Okay, okay, okay. So, okay,
आता बरोबर आहे.
okay, okay, sir. Okay, so let us start with the today's lecture now. We are dealing with unit number 3. Now, this unit is having only 3 main topics. So we'll take that one, and today we'll finish this unit now. Okay. So we have started with the vehicles and their specifications by starting with the vehicle specification first. Okay. So we have started with the engine, and we have discussed about what is meant by the engine, what are the different types of engine. So petrol engine, diesel engine. Okay, we have CNG engines also, we have electric engines also, and the hybrid engines also. Hybrid means it works on both, that means dual fuel. Okay, so dual fuel means you can take one fuel as a petrol, and another fuel as a, we'll take as a CNG, or we can take the electric motors. Okay, so today we'll discuss the electric vehicles name. Okay, then we have seen cylinders. Then these are the specifications we have discussed about in the previous lecture. Displacement means it is the volume of the cylinder. It is given in terms of the cc. Okay, types of the number of cylinder, it denotes the more number of cylinder means it is more number of the power generated by the engine. Okay, transmission, it may be in the form of manual, or it may be in the form of the automatic. Okay, so two types of transmissions are available. Okay, so that is mentioned on the specification chart. Horsepower means the amount of the power generated by the engine. So it is given in terms of the horsepower, or it is given in terms of PS. Okay, so this is a British unit, they generally mention on the specification chart. Okay, then torque, we have seen the torque and the speeds are inversely proportional. If you want more torque, okay, we have less speed. But when the torque is more, the load carrying capacity is more, and when torque is less, the speed is more. Okay, so that is inversely proportional. Then drivetrain means that means on which wheel, or which wheels are they are providing the power for the rotation wheel. So front wheel drive is this, that means the front wheels are providing power for running of the total. Means it is the back wheel, they are providing the power on the vehicle. All wheel are providing the power to run the vehicle. Okay, suspension is very, you have to check which type of suspension is there. Okay, that may be pneumatic, or that is air suspension, or the oil suspension. Okay, so that you have to check. And what is the use of this suspension? They uses the springs and observer to prevent the shocks of bumps and the potholes. Okay, so they provide the comfort to the passenger or the driver which is running the vehicle. Now, fuel tank capacity, so this is mentioned in terms of the liters. Okay, so that is there. Wheelbase means it is the distance between the center to center, that means from rear wheel to the front wheel to the rear wheel. Now, what is the use of this wheelbase? If wheelbase is more, then we get more space for the cabin. Okay, so that is there. In specification, they will also mention the length. So the total distance, that is from front to end. So that is noted as the length. We have width, we have then height of the vehicle. Okay, so that we have discussed. Then afterwards, we have discussed the track width. Now, what is meant by this track width? So track width is the distance between the center to center. That means the distance between from center of the one wheel to the center of the another wheel in widthwise direction. Okay, so that is track width. And what is the use of this track width? If the track width is more, then the vehicle is more stable around the corners. Okay, so that is the use of this track width. Okay, then we have discussed the turning radius. So that means how much how much effort that our vehicle is taking while taking the smallest turn when it is running on the curve. So it should take smallest diameter it should make smallest diameter semicircle. Okay, so this semicircle must be smallest. Okay, so that is known as the turning radius. Okay, So that is also important. This turning radius is very small in case of what the Formula One cars, okay, the racing cars. Okay, so this is very small because they have to take a quick turn. So that's why the turning radius is very small for the Formula One cars or the racing cars. Okay, then the curve height is what? It is the weight of the total vehicle. Okay, without the passenger and the luggage. So we are not considering the passenger and luggage. We are considering only the weight of the vehicle. Okay, that is called as the curve height. Boot space, it means the space available for carrying the luggage, and it is measured in terms of liters. Okay, that is boot space is measured in terms of the liters. Now the ground clearance means the distance between the lowest point of the vehicle and the ground. So that distance is called as the ground clearance. I already told you the Bolero, Mahindra Bolero, and the Scorpios, this type of the army vehicles, they have very high ground clearance. Okay, so and tire size, this is denoted in terms of this specification 195/55 R16, where 195 denote the tire width, 55 denote the aspect ratio. So that is our aspect ratio. R denote the rim. R is for rim, and the 16 denote the diameter of the rim. Okay. So this is the specification. Very important. Okay. Definitely the question will be there for this specification in the examination. The brakes that is available in the form of the drum and disc. Okay, so either drum brake or the disc brake that they will mention. Okay, depend on the vehicle we are purchasing. We have seen the various specification for two-wheelers. Then we have checked the specification for three-wheelers here. Okay, then this is for the four-wheeler. Okay, this is for the trucks, and lastly we have seen that is for the buses. Okay, so I hope you understand all the specification. This is the very important in practical use. Okay, so that is very important. Now after that we have discussed about the IC engine components. Okay, so in last unit also we have discussed about this petrol engine and diesel engine, or petrol engine it is also called as the spark ignition engine. Okay, so and diesel engine it is also called as the compression ignition engine. Okay, so there are two types of engines are there: petrol, that is spark ignition, and diesel, that is the compression ignition engine. Okay, now here spark plug is mentioned. That means it is a petrol and the petrol, or it is a spark ignition engine. If instead of the spark plug we have the fuel injector here. Okay, if there we have here fuel injector, then this is converted into what? The diesel engine or the compression ignition engine. Okay, now what are the different parts of this engine? So we have different parts. So we will start with the cylinder. So we have the cylinder here. Okay, now the cylinder is made up of the cast iron. Cylinder is used for what? For taking the intake of the air plus fuel mixture in case of the petrol engine, and only air it enters into the cylinder in case of the diesel engine. Okay, so that is there. Then we have this is the diameter of the cylinder. Okay, this is very important. The diameter of the cylinder, this is called as what? It is called as the bore. Okay, the diameter of the cylinder, it is called as bore. Now we have here the piston that is reciprocating inside the cylinder. Okay, now the piston moves from bottom dead center to the top dead center. Okay, so the distance covered by piston from bottom dead center to the top dead center, we call this as a stroke. This length is called as what? A stroke. Okay, so you remember these two words, you will definitely get the questions in the examination. So distance covered by the piston from bottom dead center to the top dead center, or vice versa, from top dead center to the bottom dead center, that distance is called as what? That length is called as the stroke. Okay, that is there. Okay, now the piston is made up of the cast iron, we have seen. Okay, now very important components in the IC engine. Okay, and this is the pistons are covered with what? The piston rings. So why these pistons are covered with the piston rings? Because we don't want the gases to enter into the crankcase. Okay, we don't want this passage here. So that's why these piston rings are there, so that there should not be any leakage of the gases in the crankcase. Okay, and these piston rings are also used for minimizing the friction between the piston walls and the cylinder walls and the piston walls. Okay, because this piston is reciprocating inside the cylinder, so there must be wear and tear or the friction between these two. Okay, that means from cylinder and the piston. So to reduce this friction between the cylinder and piston, the piston rings are there. Okay, so that is the use of these piston rings. So that is there. Okay, then piston is connected with the crank. Okay, this is crank. This is the rotating component, and this is mounted on the crankshaft. Okay, the crank is mounted on the crankshaft. Okay, now this crankshaft is connected with our wheel. This crankshaft is connected with the wheel, or wheel takes the rotation from this crankshaft. Okay, so this crankshaft rotate when this crank rotate, and this crank rotate when the piston reciprocates inside the cylinder. That means when piston reciprocates inside the cylinder, then this reciprocating movement, it is converted into what? It is converted into the rotary movement. Okay, so this is the reciprocating movement of the piston, and this is what? This is a rotary movement of the crank. This is rotating here. Okay, and this is reciprocating here. Okay, and now we have to convert what? We have to convert reciprocating movement into rotary movement. So which component it is converting this reciprocating movement into rotary movement? So we have connecting rod. Okay, so the function of the connecting rod is to convert the reciprocating movement, that is upward and downward movement of this piston, into rotary movement of the crank using what? Connecting rod. Okay, so that is the connecting rod is there. Okay, now this connecting rod is having two ends. Okay, it is having two ends. One end is called as the big end, and the another end is called as the small end. Okay, now the big end of the connecting rod, it is connected with the crank. Okay, so that is the bottom end of the bottom end of this connecting rod. Okay, so let me remove these things. Okay, so this is there. Okay, so connecting rod. 1 minute. Yes. So this connecting rod. Okay, we are discussing about the connecting rod is having two ends. One end is called as the big end, and another end is called as the small end. Now this is the big end of the connecting rod. It is connected with the crank. And it is connected with the help of what? Crank pin. The small end of the connecting rod, it is connected with the piston. It is connected with here. So this is small end of the connecting rod. This is big end of the connecting rod. Okay. Now the small end of the connecting rod, it is connected with the piston with the help of wrist pin, or we call that as a piston pin also. These are also called as the piston pin or gajan pin. Okay, this type of words are given in our theory. Okay, so piston pin or the wrist pins are used for connecting rod with the piston. Okay, so this is there. Okay, so and we have seen this is the crankshaft. Okay, so crankshaft, it is this is a rotary component which gets rotated by the movement of this connecting rod. Okay, so this is crankshaft, and crankshaft it is connected. Now once the crankshaft get rotation, this is now crankshaft is rotating. So that means this is what there is not a uniform rotation of this crankshaft. Okay, but while driving we required uniform rotation on the wheel, and this is connected with what? This is connected with our wheel. Okay, why this crankshaft is rotating? Because of the reciprocating movement of the piston. When piston moves upward and downward, that is during the suction stroke, compression stroke, power stroke, and exhaust stroke. Okay, when this piston complete this 4 stroke, then during the power stroke it apply the force on the piston, and because of that we get here the rotation. So we get rotation in only one stroke, and because of that we get the power or the rotation on the crankshaft. This crankshaft is rotating, but these rotations are not uniform. So to make this rotation uniform at the end of the wheel, we have to use here what? We have to use another component. We call that component as the flywheel. So flywheel is used to minimize the uniformity, to maintain the uniformity in the rotation of the crankshaft. Okay, so what is the final conclusion here? The crankshaft is rotating. It is having the rotation, but that rotations are not uniform. To make that rotation uniform, we have to use another component. We call that component as a flywheel. Okay, so that component is here there. Okay, then here, okay, this is the combustion chamber. We get here the entry of air fuel mixture, and during the power stroke, the spark plug, it ignites the mixture here in case of the petrol engine, and fuel injector supply the diesel during the power stroke, and we'll get here combustion. So that is called the combustion chamber. Now intake wall means what? The air fuel mixture, it enters through the intake manifold. We call this as the intake manifold. First of all, the air fuel mixture, it enters through manifolds. So air fuel mixture, it enters through intake manifold. Then afterwards, this intake wall open. Now to open and close this intake wall, we have here camshaft. Okay, so camshaft is used to provide the timing. Okay, this word is very important. This is used for providing the timing for the opening of the intake wall and the exhaust wall. So we have 4 stroke here. We have suction, compression, power, and exhaust. So this camshaft will open the intake wall only during the suction stroke. Okay, so intake wall open here during the suction stroke, and this exhaust wall open during this exhaust stroke. So this is there. So this camshaft is continuously rotating. This is connected with the springs, and the timing is mentioned. That is, timing is maintained so that when this piston it makes the stroke, that is suction, compression, power, and exhaust. So this intake wall only open when there is a suction stroke, and during the compression and the power stroke, both the walls remain closed. Okay, these both walls remain closed during the power and the compression stroke. And during exhaust stroke, the exhaust wall open. Okay, now when this exhaust wall open, the combustible gases, they removed from this exhaust manifold. Okay, we have here intake manifold, we have here exhaust manifold. Intake manifold, the function of intake manifold is to allow the entry of air plus fuel, okay, inside the cylinder through the intake wall, while the function of exhaust manifold is to allow the removal of the exhaust gases to the atmosphere. Okay, so this is the function of the exhaust gases. Okay, now cylinder head means what? The upper portion of the cylinder, this is called as what? Cylinder head. And cylinder head provide the facility for what? Intake wall, then spark plug and fuel injector. Okay, so everything is mounted on the cylinder head. Okay, that is there. Okay, now at the bottom we have the crankcase. So crankcase is the bottom space, bottom part of the cylinder, and this is used for what? In the crankcase contain crankshaft and the crank. Okay, so crankcase is used for sometimes it is used for storing the oil also. So oil is placed inside this crankcase, and this oil is used for the lubrication purpose. Okay, these are used for the lubrication purpose. Okay, so this is the total the components of your IC engine. Okay, so this diagram you have to draw. This is our second assignment I have given to you. You have to draw this diagram and you have to explain all these parts here. Okay, your first assignment is this one, specification. So here in specification you just write down the definition of this one. So that is your assignment number 1. Second assignment, here you have to draw this diagram, IC engine components, and then you have to explain all these components in details. Okay, so just I have explained to you. Then the third assignment, that is the third part on in this unit. So we'll start here today with the electric vehicles. Now you know that, now see, there is a trend now. People are not buying these petrols and diesel vehicles now. Okay, because we are waiting for electric vehicles, and many companies, they have launched these electric vehicles in the market. Why we are not purchasing now these petrol and diesel vehicles? Because now there will be deficiency of this petrol and diesel in the coming future. Okay, so all the peoples are waiting for these electric vehicles now, and already these electric vehicles are there in the market. Okay, so we'll learn about this now, new technology, that is electric vehicles. So what is this electric vehicle now? So this is our electric vehicle. This is just similar to the conventional vehicle. Instead of the IC engine, okay, we know that the conventional vehicle, it runs on engine, IC engine, but IC engine is not the present in this electric vehicle. Okay, so that is present in a hybrid only, but in this one, this is not the IC engine is not present, and this vehicle, it runs on what? The motor. It runs only on the motor. Okay, so we'll see what is the how this electric vehicle works. Okay, so let us see the first, that is the battery electric vehicles. Okay, we'll see this one. So the diagrams is taken from the book only, and now let us see what is it. So this is you have to draw. First of all, the first question is you have to explain what is battery electric vehicle. you have to draw this block diagram, and then you have to explain the different parts of this block diagram. So let us start with the first part. We'll start with the charger. Okay. Now, whenever the electric vehicle is there, so conventional vehicle is there, we have here one inlet for inserting the petrol and the diesel. Okay. So we have here the one inlet for inserting petrol and diesel. But now this part is not there. Instead of that, we have here charge port, similar to our mobile. Okay, similar to our mobile, it is having one charging port, and we have to charge this vehicle. Okay, we have to charge this vehicle. So what is the function of this charge port then? So this is used for charging the vehicle. Okay. Now charging means what? In mobile, what we are doing? So in mobile, we are charging the vehicle. That means we are storing the energy in the battery. We are storing the energy in the battery, and then after storing the energy in the battery, we are using that for operating our mobile. Okay, our smartphone. Similar type of the condition is here only. So when we connect this charge port with now there will be, now in conventional vehicle, we take the vehicle to the gas station. Okay, petrol pump. Then here also, in case of these electric vehicles also, now they will government will install the electric charging stations that means in the petrol pumps now. Okay, they will start. त्यांनी काय केलेलं आता की पेट्रोल पंपावरच इलेक्ट्रिक चार्जिंग स्टेशन इन्स्टॉल करायला सुरुवात केलेली आहे. ओके, दॅट मीन्स दोज पीपल विच हू हॅव्हिंग दीज इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स, ज्यांच्याकडे इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स आहे, सो दे गो टू द petrol pump, and then they will this charging their vehicle. Okay, so this similar to the petrol. This is there is this charging pipe, the charging port, similar to our mobile. Okay, and then you have to allow that battery of the vehicles to charge. Okay, so what is the use of this charge port then? This charge port allows the vehicle to connect to the external power supply in order to get charge the traction battery pack. That means we have to charge this battery. Okay, and how this battery get charged? So you have to connect this vehicle to the electric charging station. Okay, now now here the battery get charged. Okay, the battery of the vehicle, it is get charged now. Okay, so that we have seen, that is our rechargeable battery. Okay, that is our rechargeable battery, or it is also called as the traction battery pack. Okay, so a large quantity of the battery you have to use here. Okay, so for storing the energy. Okay, now this capacity of this battery may be between 5 kilowatt hour to 100 kilowatt hour. Okay, similar to the storage of the tank. Now in conventional vehicle, we are storing the petrol or diesel in terms of liters. Petrol and diesel, they are stored in terms of liter. While in electric vehicles, now we have to store the electrical energy, and that electrical energy will be stored in terms of kilowatt hour. Okay, so that energy we have to store. Okay, now what this means, now we know that if the storage of the petrol is higher, that means it will run for the longer distance. जर गाडीमध्ये पेट्रोल आणि डिझेल आपण टँक जर आपण फुल केली, तर काय होईल की it will take us to the longer distance, है ना, आपण जास्त डिस्टन्स कव्हर करू शकतो. सिमिलर here also there, if the higher the capacity of the battery, इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी, आपल्या इलेक्ट्रिक एनर्जी म्हणजे काय की जर जी आपण कार विकत घेतलेली आहे त्यामध्ये जर ही बॅटरीची साईज जास्त असेल, स्टोरेज जर जास्त असेल, तर काय होईल आपल्याला, it will provide more energy to the battery to the vehicle, and we can take the longer distance. Okay, so the cost of this electric vehicle will depend on the storage capacity of this battery. जेव्हा आपण इलेक्ट्रिक व्हेकल विकत घेऊ, तर या टोटल व्हेकलची किंमत कशावर डिपेंड राहील, या बॅटरी साईजवर, स्टोरेज कॅपॅसिटी ऑफ दिस बॅटरी. जर या बॅटरीची स्टोरेज कॅपॅसिटी जास्त असेल तर या व्हेकलची कॉस्ट जास्त राहील. कारण का जास्त राहील, कारण इफ दी स्टोरेज कॅपॅसिटी इज मोर, देन दॅट मीन्स इट विल लॉंग लास्ट. दॅट मीन्स इट विल प्रोव्हाइड अस दी पॉवर फॉर अ लॉंगर टाइम. आणि बॅटरी स्टोरेज कॅपॅसिटी जर कमी असेल तर काय होईल, आपल्याला ती नेहमी चार्ज करावं लागेल. ओके, सो डिपेंड ऑन दॅट यू विल गेट द कॉस्ट ऑफ दिस बॅटरी. ओके, आता आपण काय केलेलं आहे, वी हॅव चार्ज द बॅटरी युझिंग दी इलेक्ट्रिक पॉवर स्टेशन. आता इथे काय होईल, नाउ वी कॅन गेट हिअर दी करंट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ डीसी करंट और एसी करंट. इथे दोन्ही पॉसिबिलिटीज आहे. चार्जिंग स्टेशनला वी कॅन गेट डीसी करंट और विल गेट द एसी करंट. Okay, suppose if DC current is there, if DC current is there and we have electric motor, it runs on the DC, so then there is no problem. We can use DC current for DC motors. But if electric motor जर कार मध्ये AC electric motor असेल तर we can't use this DC current. We have to convert this DC into AC. ओके. आणि आपण एकदा याला कन्वर्ट केलेला आहे कुठे, in case of the solar photovoltaic power plant, we have seen there the solar energy it is converted into electricity using the solar panel, and the current which is generated is DC current, and then we have converted a DC current into AC current using what? Using the inverter. So vehicle मध्ये the electric motor may be in the form of DC. Okay, it may be DC electric motor or it may be AC electric motor. If DC electric motor is there and if we are storing the current in the form of DC, so then there is no problem. We can use this current directly for running the electric motor. But if the electric motor is AC electric motor, then to convert this DC into AC, we have to use here inverter. Okay, so inverter is another component for the electric vehicle. Okay, now so we have converted that one. Now we require now to control this electric vehicle, we require some drive control here. So electrically, that electronics components are there which will control the acceleration and the braking. Okay, so everything auxiliary parts of all the vehicles, so that is controlled by means of this drive control. Okay, so this drive control is there, and there is one auxiliary battery which is used for operating the accessories. Accessories means what? The light of the vehicle, okay, then indicator of the vehicle, then horn of the vehicle. So this is operated by means of this small battery. This is the auxiliary battery, secondary battery, and this is our main battery from where we are getting the power. Okay, so that is the two types of the batteries are available in the electric vehicle. One is small battery from where we can operate the auxiliaries. Auxiliaries म्हणजे lights of the vehicle, okay, then the horns of vehicle, okay, then the simple that components, okay, so that we are operating. Okay, then this is the main battery. Now what we have done, this battery will transfer the power to the electric motor. Now this electric motor is the most important component in the electric vehicle. This electric motor, now it is connected with what? It is a rotary. It converts this electrical energy into mechanical energy. So electrical energy, now this is converted into mechanical energy, and this energy then it is supplied to the transmission unit. So here there is a transmission unit, and then from this transmission unit, this mechanical energy it is transferred to the wheels and will get the rotation of this wheel. Okay, so this is the total that working of your this electric vehicle. Okay, so I hope you understand. This is very simple to that means to remember this vehicle. So electric vehicle means what? It is just similar to our conventional vehicle. The difference is what? Instead of this the petrol and diesel, we are using what? We are using here the battery. Okay, so instead of petrol and diesel, we are charging the battery. This battery is supplying the power to the electric motor, and then this electric motor is driving our wheels. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so this is the working of your electric vehicle. Now, in case of this electric vehicle, we have two types then. Okay, we have two types. One is then we are now the single electric vehicle. It is not the option, so we are going for a hybrid electric vehicle. Now, what is this hybrid electric vehicle? Hybrid electric vehicle means what? Which runs on two power sources. Two power sources means what? One, this is our electric charging station. Okay, this is our electric charging station. We are taking electric power from this one. At the same time, we are also taking what? The fuel. Okay, so we are taking either petrol or we are taking here the diesel. So there is a combination of these two. Okay, that means we are using electric power also, and we are using what? We are using the gas also. Gas means that is in the form of the petrol and diesel. That means we are using IC engine also. Okay, जसं आपण पेट्रोल गाडीमध्ये आपण सीएनजी ची किट बसून घेतो. ओके, दॅट मीन्स दिस इज ऑल्सो द हायब्रिड व्हेकल. म्हणजे जेव्हा आपल्याकडे पेट्रोल असतं, वी यूज द पेट्रोल. व्हेन पेट्रोल इज नॉट देअर, वी रन इट ऑन द सीएनजी. ओके, सो दिस इज अ ड्युअल फ्युएल इंजिन, सो वी कॉल दॅट एज अ हायब्रिड व्हेकल. नाउ दिस इज हायब्रिड इलेक्ट्रिक व्हेकल. आता हायब्रिड इलेक्ट्रिक व्हेकल म्हणजे काय? एकतर आपल्याला त्याला इलेक्ट्रिकवर रन करावं लागेल, आणि दुसरं काय करावं लागेल? वी हॅव टू यूज द इंटरनल कंबशन इंजिन, दॅट मीन्स पेट्रोल और द डिझेल. So there is a combination of these two, that is called the hybrid electric vehicle. Now hybrid electric vehicle, it is of two types. One is called as the series hybrid vehicle. Now, series hybrid vehicle means what? Now you see that this diagram get changed here. Okay. Now in this diagram, if you see, we have engine here. See, we now in electrical vehicle, indirectly we don't have this engine. We have charger, we have battery, we have drive control, inverter. Now see, this is the conventional electric vehicle, the top components. But in this hybrid vehicle, see, we have added here the engine. We have added the engine. Okay. But this engine is not running the vehicle. पहा सिरीज हायब्रिड व्हेकल मध्ये काय होत आहे, वी हॅव चार्जर, वी हॅव बॅटरीज. ओके, आपण चार्जिंग स्टेशन वरून बॅटरीला चार्ज करत आहे. वी आर गेटिंग द एनर्जी स्टोर्ड इन द बॅटरी. ओके, and then that power we are using for running the electric motor. That is one option. That is one power source. Now what is the second power source? Because we require second power source, because we are studying what? Hybrid vehicle. What is the second power source? Second power source comes from the engine, but this engine is not directly connected with the transmission unit. ही engine run करत नाही या vehicle ला. तर engine कशासाठी यूज केलंय आपण? Engine it is connected with the generator, and then when the engine is running, it is connected with the generator, and this generator generates the electricity. So this IC engine is used for only the generating the electricity, and then it is again stored in the battery. It is also again stored in the battery. That means when you are using engine, so it is only for the generation of electricity, and then it is stored in the battery. Then power from this IC engine and power from this battery, then it is supplied to what? It is supplied to the electric motor, and then that electric motor runs the vehicle. ओके, म्हणजे इथे काय होत आहे की जरी आपण आयसी इंजिन यूज करत आहे, दो वी आर युझिंग हिअर दी आयसी इंजिन, सो वी आर नॉट युझिंग दिस फॉर रनिंग ऑफ द व्हेकल. पर या इंजिनचा यूज काय होतोय? जस्ट टू कन्वर्ट दी रोटेशन ऑफ दिस इंजिन इन टू इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेशन साठी आपण यूज करत आहे, बिकॉज वी आर कनेक्टेड दिस इंजिन विथ द जनरेटर. ओके, सो this IC engine is used for what? Generating the electricity, and that electricity is stored in the battery, and then it is connected with the electric motor. Okay, so here we are using two sources. Which two sources? First is the electric current. Okay, that is stored in the battery. Then second source is what? The engine. Engine is running using the petrol or diesel, and then when the rotation of this engine, it is converted into the electricity using the generator. Then that electricity which is generated from this engine, it is again transferred to the electric motor. So this is the electric motor only which is used for the rotation of the for running of the vehicle. Okay, so in series hybrid vehicle, two things are used. One is the basic electric vehicle and IC engine, but this IC engine is used for only generation of electricity. Now second type of the vehicle is what? A parallel hybrid vehicle. ओके, सिरीज मध्ये काय केलं आपण? वी आर नॉट यूज आयसी इंजिन फॉर रनिंग ऑफ व्हेकल, बट हियर in parallel hybrid vehicle, what we are doing, we are using this IC engine for running of this vehicle. Okay, IC engine, it is connected with the transmission unit. Okay, see the difference between parallel and series. दोघांमध्ये पहा डिफरन्स काय आहे. मागच्या व्हेकल मध्ये, सिरीज मध्ये काय होत होतं की आयसी इंजिन हा आपल्या ट्रान्समिशन युनिटला कनेक्ट नव्हता. तर त्याचं काम काय होतं? टू ओनली जनरेट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, आणि ती इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कोणाला ट्रान्सफर करायची? इलेक्ट्रिक मोटरला ट्रान्सफर करायची. म्हणजे सिरीज मध्ये इलेक्ट्रिक मोटरच व्हेकलला रन करत होती. पण पॅरलल मध्ये काय होत आहे की इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर इज ऑल्सो रनिंग द व्हेकल, इट इज ऑल्सो कनेक्टेड विथ द ट्रान्समिशन युनिट, and IC engine, it is also connected with the transmission unit. That means both are connected with the transmission unit, and then taking the power from the IC engine and taking the power from the battery, both we are using for running of this vehicle. Okay, so that is the difference between the parallel hybrid vehicle and series hybrid vehicle. Okay, दोघांमधला डिफरन्स पहा काय आहे तिथे. Okay, so this is the parallel hybrid vehicle. So we are using both the powers here. Okay, P1 and P2. Okay, now at the same time, here in this case, in both the vehicles, we are using the regenerative braking. Regenerative braking means what? When we apply the brakes on the vehicle, जेव्हा आपण vehicle ला brakes apply करतो, so what will happen? The vehicle gets slow down. Okay, now जेव्हा vehicle slow down होते, so that energy is converted into heat. Okay, that energy is converted into heat. So it's kinetic energy. It's kinetic energy. So it is that braking system. It is connected with the motor or the generator, and then from braking system also, when you apply the brake, that means जेव्हा vehicles slow down होते, ती energy सुद्धा आपण कशामध्ये convert करू शकतो? We can convert that into electrical energy. So that system it is also connected with the with these electric vehicles. Okay. So इथे काय दिलेलं आहे त्यांनी? ड्युरिंग रिजनरेटिव्ह ब्रेकिंग मीन्स व्हॉट, जेव्हा आपण ब्रेक्स अप्लाय करतो, सो दॅट एनर्जी, ओके, it's kinetic energy we are using for conversion of the electricity. Okay, so that is converted in the form of the motor. So electric motor, here it is sometimes it is act as a generator also. Okay, so electric motor काय करतो, it also it act as a generator sometimes. Okay, so what you have to remember then, you have to remember two types of the vehicle. One is this is the basic vehicle, that is battery electric vehicle. It is very simple. It charge the battery. Okay, then the power of the battery, it goes to the electric motor, and electric motor runs our vehicle. So this is a simple thing, that is our battery electric vehicle. But if we are going for a hybrid vehicle, if I want to use two power sources, okay, that means two fuels. So then we have two types. One is series and another one is the parallel. Series मध्ये काय होत आहे, we are using IC engine and the battery, but in series engine is used only for generating the electricity, not running the vehicle. Here engine is not used for running the vehicle, it is used only for generating the electricity. While in parallel hybrid vehicle, the IC engine, it is connected with the transmission system that is used for the running the vehicle. So here it is both battery and IC engine, they are used for running the vehicle. While in series, the engine, it is used only for charging the batteries.